guys, welcome back. So today I want to go over my student loans, where I started, where I am now, and how I got on this journey. So before I start this, I want to say I am on the Dave Ramsey Baby Steps program. I was first introduced to him in high school. Yes, high school. Through the financial literacy course, and although I thought it was a great idea and I loved his principles, and I actually still have that book from high school, the workbook, I took out student loans. I agreed with him on the $1,000 emergency fund, not having car payments. My family follows that very closely. However, student loans were something that was acceptable in my family, and so I have student loans, and that's really the only way I can explain it. I have 8 student loans total. Is what I started out with, and it was 1 student loan per semester. I did 4 years of college. I graduated with my business degree, and I had an internship from sophomore year till I graduated, where they offered me a full-time position, and I took it, and I'm loving my job. But freshman year, I was a nanny, and so that is how I made an income. I did not work full-time. I worked part-time. So again, I had student loans. The job was living expenses. I was not a partier, so I didn't go out and spend it on crazy alcohol and uh, stuff all the time. That just wasn't my personality. I spent it on house stuff and food, mainly food. I love food so much. But getting off topic a little bit there. So that is what I graduated with, and I had almost $2,000, if not a little over $2,000, in my bank account from student loans that I had left over my senior year, due to getting a couple of scholarships that were unexpected when after I had already accepted the loans. So I kept it in a bank account, and I paid it off immediately after I graduated. So I do not have that total of the amount I paid off there, as the total that I have of what I started with is only after my account became active. So 6 months after you graduate is when all of your interests and everything starts, when your payments start, everything like that. So that is when I started with this total. So please know that there was more money taken out, but I paid it back before the 6 months, so the interest was not applied to that amount, and therefore was not shown on the statement that I have of my beginning balance. So it's actually more than this. I don't know the exact amount. Like I said, at $2,000, or maybe a little over, but not by much. Not even $2,500. So on 12/31 of 2017, my account became active, and I owed a grand total of $25,946.01. Yes, 1 cent. So that is how much I owed. Sorry if I'm looking down, but I have it on my computer so I know the exact amounts for you guys. I did not take my budgeting seriously. I budgeted, but I was spending a lot on food, again, food, and making improvements to this house I live in. So I did not budget as well as I could have, and a lot of the times I would somewhere mess up in my budget and just give up halfway through the month. I always kept my checkbook balance. I always made my payments on time. I never missed any bills, so that wasn't a problem for me. My problem is that I just would lose my budget halfway through the month and just give up. So my payments were from, I was making extra payments. My payments, I was on an income-driven plan, so my payments were actually $0 due to my lower income for starting out. And so my payments I made every month were anywhere from $100 to $150, mostly $100, and then a couple $150s. And then in July, I decided to pull myself together and take my budget seriously and not give up on it. And so that is when I made my biggest payment. I went back down to my $1,000, and I made a payment of $2,055.85 in July. And that brought my total down to $23,769.98. So July is when I began taking it seriously. Fortunately, in July, I also got sick with pneumonia, and that had entailed 2 doctor's visits, multiple medicines, tests, and all of that. So that was an expensive month. The bill came in August, so my payment unfortunately was only $200 that month. So that was unfortunate. But September, I again went back to being serious. Not that I wasn't serious in August, but it just kind of, the motivation slipped. But as Dave Ramsey says, things happen when you start to take your money seriously, and he wasn't lying. So in September, I made a payment of $1,073.92. And I did make a few other payments after that. They were under $1,000, but really good amounts, honestly. And then when I started making the videos for you in November, you guys got to see how much it paid off there, making my grand total at the end of November $19,799.84. My goal for at the end of 2018 was to be under $20,000, and I did it. Unfortunately, it wasn't as low as I'd like it. It also, unfortunately, was not as serious at the beginning of the month as I could have been. But I'm happy, and I haven't even made my payment for the end of December because we're still in December. So I'm very excited to see how low it goes after that. I don't believe I will be under 19,000 at the end of this month, but that is okay. But I did it. I'm under 20,000, and unfortunately, because I didn't take it as seriously at the beginning, it's going to take me 3 years to pay off instead of 2. But I have a goal of 2 years, so 2019 and 2020. 2020 will be the year I finish my student loans. I'm determined to be done with them, and then I will save my 3-month fund. I will start my retirement, and I will be saving up for a new car because my car is quite old. It's not the oldest car. It's running great, but I know that someday it's going to go out, so I want to have a savings account for that, so I can have that. So yeah, my goal for the end of 2019 is to be under $10,000. I think that is something that I can do, and I'm very proud. So that is my student loan history for you guys. That is where I am on my baby step number 2. That is my grand total, and I will not be letting you guys know in a separate video what my total balance is for my student loans. You can kind of see that by how much I pay off in December. Now, obviously, these amounts are going to be different than what I'm paying off because I still am having interest added every month, which is unfortunate. I mean, honestly, it's unfortunate. It's a part of life, and I know that that's what happens. That's why student loans are awful, among other reasons, but that's one of the reasons they're so awful is because of interest. So, it's not like next month if I pay $200 that my balance for my student loans is going to go down $200 because there's interest added onto it. I am going to be paying more than $200, by the way. But the balance is because of the interest is always going to be off a little bit from my total, but you guys can kind of get the idea. I will be making another video like this maybe halfway through the year, through 2019, but definitely at the end of 2019 to kind of show you where I am. And yeah, I'm really excited for this year. I can't wait to pay off all of my student loans. I'm so ready to get this over with. I'm hoping that I can maybe get a raise at work, to find more ways to save money, to sell some more things. I am simplifying and decluttering my life, and it has been fantastic. I cannot wait to continue on that journey. I'm hopefully going to have videos for you guys there. So I will see you next time. Thank you for listening to me ramble on about my student loans, but I know that some people are probably curious when I talk about paying off my student loans, what they look like. So leave in the comments below if you feel comfortable what your student loan debt is. And for those of you that are like, that's nothing, it is quite a lot lower than a lot of people, but I specifically chose that because even though student loans were okay in my family, I still didn't want a lot of them. I didn't want to be paying them off for the rest of my life, and for me, any debt is a lot. I don't like owing money to people. That's just the way I am. So even if it was $100 or $50, it would be important to me to pay it off. So leave a comment below if you're on this journey too, if you want to be on this journey, and how much your debt is. So I will see you guys next time. Bye.